Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, going to start off by giving all praises and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Ba'ashem,
Rachak
Kodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Yasharala that rule well. And salutations to you, Achim, out there in the houses and the byways, preaching this word in truth and in sincerity. And, basically what we're going to go into is prophecy, man. Because that's what's been happening more and more, man. The things that are written in the Bible, are actually now are beginning to be manifest at a high rate. Now it's like it's back to back to back to back, man. Which is a sign that the Lord is coming back. The Lord is coming back to do what He said He was going to do, man. That's to save His people, the Israelites, which today and age are called the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and to destroy our enemies, man. So He can set up His kingdom.
This is Ezekiel 12, verse 21. It says, "And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is the proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth." Right,
and that's the spirit of these people, man. They don't believe it. Oh, you guys been preaching about this for years. When are these things gonna happen? Why are they happening now? But now, if you really pay attention, they are happening, man. That's why more and more people are staying quiet, man. Because now they're finally beginning to realize what we're speaking is true. What we're speaking is right. You still have the ones that still scoff, but hey, that's gonna be until the end, man.
And this back up the brother, this 2 Peter 3, and I'm gonna start at 3. "Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts." And that's what these people do. They come and scoff against the man of the Lord. They mock us. Because guess what? They are proven to be scoffers. Because all we do is just bring out the truth in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. But this verse 4, it says, "And saying, where is the promise of His coming?" Because that's what they say. They say, y'all been out there preaching this word for so long, and where's the coming of the Lord? And guess what? The Lord set up things according to His time, man. And things was going to come to pass, and things must come to pass, like prophecy. It takes time. We on the time scale of the Lord, not the Lord on the time of us. Hey, one day to the Lord is 1,000 years. So everything takes time, like prophecy, right? It say, "Where is the promise of His coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation," man. And that's the spirit they come in. Hey, they think that these things are being prolonged, that these things shall not come to pass. Verse 5. For this they willing are ignorant of, that the word of Yahweh, the heaven was old, and the earth stand out of the water in the water, whereby the world that there was, being overflowed with water, perished. But the heaven of the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved until fire against the day of judgment and the perdition of an ungodly man. But, beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is one day.
Right. There you go. Like the brother was saying, we're in the timeline of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, man. People are going to call God and Jesus Christ. He does it according to how he wants to, man. And just because it's taking too long, or it may feel like it's taking long, doesn't mean it's not gonna happen.
That's right.
And clearly we're seeing that now, man. And now the Lord said that certain things are gonna happen upon His return, man.
That's right.
And now we're seeing that, man. We're seeing uproars of the people. We're seeing earthquakes in diverse places. Where we see a different type of pestilence, diseases popping up out of nowhere. What else? the nations that were once cool,
They hating the whore.
friends with the whore, they're hating it now. You know, all of these are prophecies. Hey, the chip,
Yeah.
the chip is that's heavily being pushed out there, man. You know.
Yeah, because for so long they scoffed the man of the Lord, especially the head, the apostles, the great millstone, man, and they've been teaching about the chip for 30 longer than that, man. Hey, so years, and guess what? Now people not saying nothing now, which what? Being mandatory in Switzerland, they man, I can't even talk. Microchipping that people in Switzerland, a lot of these countries going Catholics, India, China, Germany. Hey, a lot of these places is going Catholics. Hey, and guess what? The next step is what? Going to the microchip, man. And that's promising.
You got this thing, what they call it, ID 2020.
Yeah.
You know, that's the new that's like a plan they're trying to put. You know.
Hey, yeah, Salaki, you got it. Hey, face recognition, man. Hey, cause now that's just a step going into the chip, man. Hey, they started it with airports, different airports, and then next is going to be if they starting to put it in schools. And you go into hotels, different hotels downtown, they already got it. The setup for the microchip, man. You go into the bus. Hey, what you think they created that venture card for? The tap and go on. Hey, all you're gonna do is just tap what? Your hand and keep on passing, man. Hey, what? Amazon, hey, started a new payment that you have to do a payment under your foreskin for the microchip. So these things is here.
Right. Hey, and we know this, man.
Yeah.
We know this. Why? Because we're in our watchtower. We're watching. We're seeing these things, man.
That's right.
You know, we're tying it back to the scriptures, man. You know, we don't have to wait till something happens specifically to say, okay, that's it. Nah, man, we see the signs, we see the steps leading to that, man.
That's right.
You know, if I may get this right quick, this is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, man. His ways, when he has planned, what he's trying to do, man. We're not ignorant of that, man. And we know Esau like the back of our hand, man. You know, scripture say what? Never trust thine enemy. You know, for as iron rusted, so is his wickedness, man. So we know everything that he's trying to do is to destroy something, man. To get control, to benefit him, and to destroy something else, man.
That's right.
You know, so we see these things, man. Like the brother was going into, man. All of these things are eventually gonna lead up for them to force this chip on you. Whoever doesn't have this chip is not gonna be able to buy or sell, man.
Yeah, we gonna get that too. Hey, verse Ezekiel 12 and 21. Tell them therefore, this saith the Lord Yahweh, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand in the effect of every vision, man. And guess what? That these visions is speaking loud and clear, because as the man of the Lord, hey, been for so long, hey, prophesying about these things, and what? They are surely coming to pass, man. This Habakkuk
2 and 3.
yeah, come, brother. This Habakkuk 2, and I'm gonna start at 1. It say, I will stand on my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what we will say it to me, and what I shall answer when I am proved. And that's what the man of the Lord do. They stand on the watch and warn the people about the things that surely shall come. We blowing the trumpet, man. And you blowing the trumpet on certain occasions, right? When what? War is about to happen on the holy days, or when a solemn feast is, man, like the Sabbath, man. And that's what we doing. We blowing the trumpet, telling you that these people about to come down with great wrath and come upon the people, right? Verse 2, it's saying, the Lord answered me and said, write this vision and make it plain upon tables, that he might run that read it. And we do. We make it plain upon tables, man. Hey, we let you plainly know what the FRD chip is, man. We don't hold it back or nothing, man. Hey, what did Paul say? I did not share the Sean.
You claim the whole gospel.
You got it, bro.
Hey, Paul came and said everything, man. So that what? So he'll be found guiltless, man.
That's right.
Now the blood is wiped off his hands. So that's what we do, man. We tell you everything. Hey, pray. The good, the bad, and the ugly, man. You know? So that what? You won't have no excuse.
You have no excuse in that day, man.
We break it down to the T, man.
That's right.
You know?
Hey, verse 3, it say, for the vision is yet for a appointed time. But at the end it shall speak.
Right, it's for an appointed time, man, a specific time, man. You know, which that time we don't know. But the Lord did tell us He was going to give us signs so we can know when it's going to be close. And these are these signs that are happening now, man.
That's right.
But look, it said a specific time, man. Not a time when we think or when we walk. The Lord appointed it, man.
That's right.
You know?
It say, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come, it will not tarry, man.
Exactly, man. At the end of the day, it's going to speak and it's not going to lie, man. Everything we speak, everything that's written in the Bible, in the scriptures, is going to come to pass, man. No matter how long it may feel like that it's taking, it's going to come to pass. You know? And a lot of it is happening now, man. But hey, still a lot more prophecy to be fulfilled.
Yeah, and we ultimately waiting on this prophecy right up, man. This Revelation 3, verse 10. It say, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. And the hour of temptation talking about the FRD chip, man. Which is going to be tried in our faith. It's going to really show who have that integrity in that day, man.
Right. Because when that day comes, man, it's going to be mandatory.
That's right.
You know, they're actually going to, hey, Issa right now, he's making it look cool. You know, he's promoting it. But what, hey, you're still going to have a lot of people that are going to reject it. Going to be against it, protest against it.
That's right.
So once it comes to that time where the seduction doesn't work, it's promoting the tip and making it look cool, doesn't work, then he's going to come, hey, with his gun, man, like, nah, all right, you better take it or you're going to die, man.
That's right.
And that's why it says an hour of temptation, man. Because Esau, man, hey, you're talking about the perfect devil, man.
That's right.
He'll do anything and use anything against you just so you can take the chip, man.
That's right.
It could be your family, you know, someone you love and care about, you know, it could be by the way of torture. Anyway, however Esau decides, man, it's gonna happen, man.
That's right.
You gotta have that. That's what we gotta do this work, man. And believe in Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, because that's the only way we're gonna escape out of that.
That's right.
It's not gonna be by guns. It's not gonna be by anything else, man. If you don't have this word in that day, you're gonna fold, man.
That's right. It say, which shall come upon all the world, and that's crazy because guess what? What's happening across the world, man? Prophecy. Hey, it's uprisings everywhere. It's like, what, 13, 14 cities, what countries? That is an uprising, including the United States, man. Hey, it's, what, the teachers are protesting here? Trying what? Because they were demanding more pay. Hey, uprising is what? Because, hey, the government or the people coming against the government, because guess what? They in property. Hey, if you check and you paying attention of prophecy, hey, it's a worldwide recession. A lot of countries is falling, man, because America what? Putting sanctions on them. Hey, this trade war is happening. There's so much things that's happening across the world, hey, because they setting it up to implement their microchip, man. And when people uprise and protest, it's because of they in property. Because they demand more things. Because right now, in Chile, they up like what? The transportation, they bus stuff that they can't travel to go to work. Like if you can't travel to go to work, how you gonna make money, man? So they upset about the government doing these things, rising prices and foods and certain things, man. And that's all. The solution is gonna come down what? Take this chip in. If you wanna survive, take this chip.
Right. Esau, man. You gotta know how he works, man. He goes by this motto, order out of chaos, man.
That's right.
He's order out of chaos.
Yeah.
So what he's doing is trying to create all this chaos so that what he can set his order, man. And you were order that the elite, the Illuminati, been talking about, man.
Set up his solution. And what's the solution? It's the Aphrodite. Hey, Neil, what's his name? Russo. Aaron Russo plainly said it, man. That what? Hey, the whole elites of this world is to what? Intimate and microchip everybody so they can track your every steps. Hey, your payments, everything, man. They ultimately want to control you, man, so that you can be an ultimate slave to them. That's basically what it is. Hey, Salaki, it's a little bit more. It's saying, hey, which shall come upon the world to try them that dwell upon the earth, man. So it's coming to a theater near you, like your choir always say.
Exactly. This is right, hey, because Issa's trying to be what? He's trying to be the most high, man.
Yeah.
He's trying to make sure that with that chip, it's going to be able to what? Track you. You're going to have your medical records in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Your money.
Your money. Buying and setting, you're going to be able to do it with that. Monitor everything you do. What time you're in the house, what you eat, what you buy, all that, man.
Hey, what's so beautiful, because he said in that interview, he said if you don't comply after you take the chip, what they going to do? Just cut it off.
Cut it off.
Cut it off.
And then what? That's gonna. Hey, you're not gonna be able to function in society without it, man. That's why everything is turning cashless, man. The Lord is setting everything up around, so you have to. The only way for you to function in this society will have to be through the chip.
That's right.
You know? If I may get this is 2nd Esdras 15:1. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I shall put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." You know, meaning that these are gonna happen. These things are gonna happen. You know, not when we want to, but when the Lord wants to, man. Now this is one of the signs. I'm gonna skip down to verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands," man. And we see that, man. And then all these uprisings and all that soon, hey, all of that is gonna increase and get worse, man. You know? Hey, it's gonna get a lot worse, man.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't gonna be these peaceful protests anymore, man. It ain't gonna be them throwing rocks at each other, man.
Yeah.
Hey, soon these people are actually gonna take over some of those tanks, be able to get their hands on some of those guns in the those army guns, man. You know, it's gonna be all chaos, man. You know, and especially when it comes here. When it comes here, man, it's gonna be horrible, man.
Yeah, horrible.
This is 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." And we see that, man. Everybody, like the brother was saying, everybody is going against their government, man. You know, in Chile, and France, and Hong Kong, you know,
Libya,
Zimbabwe,
yeah,
Spain,
yeah, France.
And then they're all because the government is corrupt, you know?
Corrupt, yeah.
Because they're fucking them over, man. So now they're being fed up with it. They're being fed up with it, and they're starting to take action, man.
Yeah.
They don't care if you're a fucking politician, if you're the governor, if you're a cop, a general, you know? They don't care about that. They're gonna go and attack you, man.
Hey, in some states, hey, a lot of them protesting, what they doing? They beating them with bats. They spraying the water hose on them, man. Telling them go home. Hey, in some of them states, you got a curfew. And so at certain times, you got to take your ass in the house.
What is that? Martial law.
Martial law, man.
You know? And it's funny you say that because I seen a video and it was in Chile. And basically, the protesters were literally they were on their knees with their hands up, and the army was approaching them. And then there was one of their army trucks came and almost ran over one of the guys. And they were like, hey, they were all like pointing at him like, look what you doing. So then they still didn't give a fuck. They came out and started shooting him with pellets, man. You know? So hey, this shit is only gonna get worse, man. It's not a coincidence that it's happening all around the world, man. We're talking about protests going down in South America, all the way to fucking France and Europe, man.
That's right.
That's a long way from each other, man.
That's right.
You know, it's not a coincidence, man. The Lord said these are gonna happen, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, so just wait till prices get turned up over here. Wait till Esau up prices in your housing or your food, man, which is creeping up a little bit. You still can survive, but guess what? Hey, an article just came out. Hey, what 2/3 of Americans is preparing for a recession because they know this place is starting to go down. Hey, retail stores is closing, man. Hey, a lot of these factories and automotive companies is shutting down. Plants workers is getting laid off in thousands, man. Truckers. Hey, when they shut down truckers, hey, guess what? Hey, you stop the production of the society. How people gonna get their food? How they gonna get their products, man? That's really when things are gonna go up, man. Because guess what? It's gonna be only a select few of it.
This is verse 17, and this is another thing that's coming, man. Because once this all this chaos erupts, Esau's gonna try to what? Bring in that martial law, man, to try to control it, keep it stable. Which that's not gonna work, you know. Verse 17, 2 Ezra 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, man. What is that? Martial law, man. You can only go so far and then, hey, stop right there.
Right.
What's your business here?
Where
Do you work here? Do you do this? Do you do that? Let me see your ID. You know? Let me see that chip. Scan it right here. You know? Hey, that's the times we're coming into, man. You know? Hey, seeing troops in the street with guns, just patrolling.
Well, hey, you already see that in Chicago. Hey, in the summertime, what they have, an army man on the military in the train station with an AK-17, man. Hey, when you go to the airport, if you do Lyft, and they had patrol army man with AK-17 standing at the airport, man. And these, because you know why? Hey, they are done. They putting your mind down so that you see these police and these patrol people more often, man. Hey, what did Donald Trump say this summer? And he said he's putting more money into with the police force so they can have more people walk around, man. They already that's out in the people's mind to see more police people, man.
Right, so they can get used to it.
That's right.
They can get used to it, so when it fully comes, it's like, all right, I guess it ain't nothing.
Right.
You know, slowly taking away their freedom, man. You know? It says, verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, man. You know, like the scriptures say that her sins have reached up to heaven. You know, so because of that, hey, the Lord is gonna bring that harsh judgment upon this place, man.
Right.
Great whore, man. Mystery Babylon, man. You know?
That's right.
All the bullshit that they're doing, and because Esau, hey, he's not stopping, man.
Yeah, you're a devil, man. They say the enemy shall come in like a flood, man. Hey, and that's what he's about to do. They say because he know he have enough but a short time, he's gonna come down with great wrath, man. And what's that great wrath? And Esau can't beat us spiritually, so he gonna try to beat us physically, meaning with his blessing. He gonna get carnal, man. So this Habakkuk, just proving the martial law, man. And this Habakkuk 3, verse 16. When I heard my belly trouble, my lips quiver at a voice. Rottenness entering my bones, that I tremble in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble. When he come up into the people, he will invade them with his troops. Let this pass by, man. I'm gonna read it again. This is Habakkuk 3 and 16. When I heard my belly tremble, my voice quiver at his voice. Rottenness entering my bones, and I trouble in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble. When he come up into the people, he will invade them with his troops, man. And that's what is coming, because Esau is a carnal man, and he's gonna come upon these people with great wrath. They're gonna kick in your door. Hey, what happened when they did that bond threat? A couple years back, man? Hey, what they do? They knocked on people's doors. The police. Hey, and what? They went inside that people's home, man. Hey, that's coming again, man. coming again, but on a mass scale. Wait till the Lord returns, man. Wait till all these prophecies and the mark of the beast come to pass, man.
In Daniel 12, it tells you that it's going to be a time that has never been before, man.
Actually, I'm going to get it for you, bro.
You know, hey, when the scriptures talk about the day of the Lord, man, it doesn't emphasize it for no reason, man.
That's right.
It calls it what? The great day, the day of his wrath, the day of his indignation. It shall be darkness and not light.
Yeah.
Like it says in Amos, the 5th chapter. You know? So it's gonna be crazy, man. You know, and nobody's ready for it, man.
No, man.
Shit, not even us.
No.
But what is gonna make us ready for it is gonna be this word, man. You know, and trusting in how about you, how it shine. That's the only way we're gonna overcome, man. And get through all that madness is about to hit this place, man.
Yeah. That's why the Lord is preparing us now. Hey, He's building up our spirit now so that we can go and stand that day, man. Say wisdom and knowledge shall be the spirit of their times, man. So we're going to cling on the word of Yahweh Shema Shai and trust in his mercy, and he's going to deliver us, man. It say that the righteous shall not thirst or hunger in that day. This Daniel 12:1. It say at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which stand for the children of their people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never seen there was a nation even to that same time. And at that time that people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book, man. And that book is talking about the book of life. Because, hey, everyone that in the book of life shall be saved. But everyone that not, hey, will be destroyed, man. It's going to go through this fire that surely there shall come to pass. This Jeremiah 30 and verse 7. It say, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, man.
Right, hey, who's that he? The elect, man. You know, it's gonna come upon all Israelites, man. Hey, just because you're in this truth, or just because you're not in this truth, doesn't mean this is not gonna touch you. Hey, this word is for all Israelites, the righteous and the wicked, man. You know? But when it talks about that he should be saved out of it, that's specifically talking about the elect, man.
Right.
Because the elect is the only one that's gonna overcome everything that's about to come to this place, man. Hey, these 2/3 aren't gonna overcome it. These 2/3 aren't gonna get saved or delivered. You know? They're gonna feel the wrath of the Lord, man. If they don't die before the nukes, hey, the nukes are gonna finish them off.
That's right.
You know?
The nukes definitely gonna finish them off. So we get this the chip.
This is 2nd Esdras 9:1.
Yeah.
He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told you before, you know, so measure it what? Pay attention. Look around of what's happening around the world, man. So when you see these signs of pass, the signs that we're talking about, this is what it means. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, man. That's the time that we're in, man. The time that we're in the highest is about to be on his way, man. It's about to come and visit, man. You know? It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, we see that, man. And just go on Google, man, and Google recent earthquakes. You know? It says, therefore, verse 3, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, which we just named a couple of them, man. You know? It says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. You know? And when you read, I believe Paul said it, or was it Peter? He basically said that Enoch prophesied, man. That he said that the Lord was going to come back with thousands of his angels, man. You know? So what was he talking about? He was talking about the day of the Lord, man. You know? So, hey, through the Spirit, he was preaching the same thing that we're preaching, man. You know? Since the beginning, the Lord has been talking about this, man.
That's right.
You know? And now, hey, all we can say is we got a short time, man. You know, because these prophecies are happening back to back. You know, hey, every time you turn on the news, man, hey, it's like something else just happened, man. More uproar, more of Esau's propaganda pushing the chip. You know? More wickedness, man. The fact that wickedness is fucking spreading and being exalted the way it is, man, that's another sign, man. You know? Hey, before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, they said what? That they sinned, cried, man. You know? They cried unto him, man. You know? Hey, so soon, hey, these sins, soon is gonna reach into the ears of the Lord, man. And that's when he's gonna come back and do what he does, man. Destroy this place.
Right.
You know?
It's Isaiah 55, verse 11. So shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth, it shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, it shall prosper in the thing which I sent it, man. And that's key, because guess what? The Lord ordained the prophets to prophesy about this downfall, man. And tell the people and warn the people what surely shall come to pass. And hey, guess what? You think it's not gonna come to pass? Hey, it tell you in that Romans 3 and also in that 2nd Ezra 15 chapter. Hey, don't let the incredulity trouble you, man. Meaning, not let your unfaithfulness is not gonna stop the works of the Lord, man. And His word shall surely come to pass, man. Regardless if you feel hurt or not, man.
Right. Hey, because these people are, they're how can I say it? If it's not in their face, if they don't see it, it's not happening.
Yeah.
So that's what they believe. So a motherfucker might come up, they all see it's not happening, you guys are liars, they're trying to confound you. Hey, but don't let the incredulity of them trouble you, man. Don't let just because they don't believe, trouble you, make you feel like, oh shit, maybe he's right. Hey, fuck that, man. You know? Hey, people didn't believe Noah when he was prophesying about the flood, man. Until when? Until the flood came and it took all their ass away, man.
Yeah.
And then by that time it was too late, man. You know? Hey, because prior to that, it never rained. It tells you that it was only dew coming out of the ground. That's how the waters got panicked. Hey, they never heard about rain, so when Noah's like, oh, it's gonna rain, and this and that, they were all like, what are you talking about? Rain? Hey, you're crazy, bro. Hey, you're tweaking. Why are you building this ark for? Rain has never rained.
Right.
You know? The same thing with us. Like, well, America be destroyed. America's the greatest country in the world. America has the greatest army. America this, America that. You know? Until that destruction comes, then it's like, oh shit. You think we were right.
It was right.
You know? That's why we know these things are true, man. So hey, that shouldn't even move us. No matter how bold or how confident they are in their bullshit, it shouldn't move you, man. Because we got the word of the Lord, man. We got the Lord on our side, man. You know? It says in Romans, the third chapter, it says, I think it's 3 and 1.
This Romans 3 and 1. It says, what advantage hast thou the Jew, or what profit is thou that circumcised? Much every way chiefly, because thou unto them were committed to the oracle of Yahweh. For what if some did not believe? Shall that unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect?
Right. Hey, what if some didn't believe this, man? What if some didn't believe the prophecies of the scriptures? You know, the things that we speak, man. Is that gonna stop the Lord from doing it?
Right.
Is the Lord gonna be, oh shit, they don't believe, I have no power now. You know, it can't happen because they don't believe. Go ahead.
It say, verse 4, God forbid.
God forbid, man. No, these are still gonna come to pass, man. No matter how long it may seem, you know. Wait, at the end of the day, like the brother read in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, that what? The word tarry, wait for it will surely come, man.
That's right.
You know?
It says, yet let God be true, but every man a liar. Is written that thou must be justified thy sin and mighty overcome when thou art judged.
Right, and that's why we only speak according to the word, man. So we can let the Most High be true, man.
Yeah.
You know, and we hey, like it says in Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. You know, if they speak not according to this word, that's because there is no light in them. But they're not speaking the truth. You know, but as long as we speak according to the Bible, these things are going to come to pass. You know?
Right. And that's why you stand so firmly and be unmovable for the Lord. Because these things are surely come to pass. And how do you feel confident in something, man? Because you know that what you're talking or you believe in is true. And we know through the Spirit of Yahweh Shai these things true. That's why the more and more we get to the end, the more and more what the apostles and the men of the Lord spoke and boldly, man. Because they was sure. They knew these things surely happened, man. And they believe in the power. This 1 Corinthians 15, verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be steadfast, unmovable, always abound in the work of the Lord, for as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord, man. And that's the thing. We know that our labor is not in vain, man. The Lord said he shall not forget our labor of love, man. So the Lord is going to fulfill everything he said. Hey, he was going to pay back the wicked, and he was going to save the righteous, man. So, hey, we have nothing to worry about. Just keep serving the Lord and keep teaching these prophecies into the end, and the Lord shall surely come on his promise, man.
Hey, with that, you know, hey, hopefully your brother will edify, man. Hey, just stay in the spirit. These things are happening, man. You feeling discouraged? Hey, turn on the news. Turn on the news and you'll see, man. You'll see where at the end, man. Hey, these people are lost. These people are blind. Hey, don't let them tell you otherwise, man.
Right.
You, hey, stand your ground. Hey, stand firm. You know? So, hey, and with that, we're going to end it by giving out all praises and glory to Yahweh, double honors to the apostles and elders of Yasharala that rule well, and salutations to you, Akim, out there in the highways and the byways, preaching this word in truth and in sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.
Abba, Abba.
Abba, Abba.